If you look now, maybe with more distance to the overall record, what do you think? Yeah, how do you look on it? Do you think that the challenge that you set yourself, you achieved it?
Yeah, I think it's a really strong record, and I know it's pretty dark as well. It's you know, a lot of journalists have, you know, asked us questions about, you know, we feel like it's as melancholic as it sounds to them, and I keep going back to this story when we did a soundtrack for a movie called Committed in the year 2000, and the director Lisa Kruger had said, yeah, for this scene, just do maybe like, you know, make, you know, some music that makes you feel sad or something. So we did some music, we sent it to her, and she goes, you kind of went overboard there, and you dove deep into sadness, maybe not as sad. And you know, everyone has their own degree of reading emotions and feelings in regards to music. And for us, there's a lot of upbeat qualities on this record. Songs like Splitter and Puerto and No Te Vayas. But I think as a whole, it's pretty cohesive, and it's kind of a moody and dark record.
Was there still a little bit of an influence from the soundtracks you did prior to the record, or is it something that you took as a fresh chapter now?
It really felt like a fresh chapter. I think the soundtrack stuff is really different because you have direction from a music supervisor, or a director, or the scene, and you know, a Calexico record is, you know, we're creating something out of nothing and trying to come up with stuff that's interesting for us to listen to, and it's not, you know, hearkening us back to, oh yeah, that sounds like that, or oh, there we are doing that again. We really try to make, you know, something that we haven't done before, that we like to listen to ourselves. I think that's really important.
Over here in the Netherlands, where we are now, your music is used a lot in television, different kind of documentaries also. Is that soundtrack thing a little bit a thing that got attached to you? Maybe also in a positive and negative, or don't you feel it that way?
I love it.
Yeah, me too. We're really lucky, actually. I mean, to be able to have your music in a commercial or used in a series is really helpful these days, especially for making a living. Record sales aren't as high as they were, and plus it's just it's interesting, you know, that the music is used for something else, you know, that you have that versatility.
What I really appreciate is when you go on tour and you're walking through a venue and you meet somebody and they're really moved by a certain song. You talk about the meanings of songs and what I think about what he's written, or vice versa. You talk to somebody else, and they might have something critical to say, they might have something really uplifting to say, but everyone has their own take on it, and I think when you do connect with those people, that it's really meant a lot through a certain time in their life that's been difficult. It kind of takes you out of all of that and just makes you realize it. Now, once you know, first of all, musicians are connecting to something that's much bigger than just the instrument and the song themselves.
Do you maybe, as a connection to Michele Obama, do you also both receive letters sometimes from people that give their thanks to you in that way, in a special way?
Yeah, we do.
So you know the personal stories that are behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one thing, the title for the record. Yeah, why?
Yeah. Well, it's where we recorded, for one thing. You know, that's the real obvious reason. It's just it's such a great town. It's New Orleans, but it's not New Orleans. It's across the river. It's kind of removed. It was really quiet, and it was really the heart of the record, and so much so that it named itself. You know.
There was actually no discussion needed to come to that.
We kicked it around quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. But because we knew that you would be asking us, what's the connection between Algeria and this record? And the last journalist I spoke with downstairs here at the Hotel Vondel was asking me, well, this record really doesn't have anything to do with New Orleans. This one sheet, I mean, the songs aren't necessarily, there's one song that touches about the connection between New Orleans and Havana. But like music itself, the town of Algiers and New Orleans was a portal, or a port for us to go and spend a solid amount of time to get the main body and spirit of the record done. It was really hard for us to get things going and finish things in Tucson, as much as we would like to. And then once we got there, it really did sound and feel a lot different than what we had expected before we made the trip. It was fantastic.